Hello, everyone. Welcome. Happy heckin' Saturday night. Welcome to this, let me count, 3, 4, 5, the 5th game in our Hextra Life charity streams that we are doing on behalf of Extra Life charities. Playing spoopy games, getting spooped for the kids. Totally worth it. So far, I think we've raised $740. Our initial goal was a very spooky 666, and we beat it. So thank you all so much for everyone who has taken part and been here and donated and hyped up the stream and all that good stuff. Thank you all so much. As is still the case, at any point in time, you can put ! Extra Life in the chat, and that will pull you up the link to the charity. And there's actually also a little little app down below the stream that you can touch at any point in time. And just touch it, just poke it, and then there's a little donate button, and then at that point you're committed. You press the button. You have to do it. But it's good. It's worth it. It's all for children's hospitals, and we're so happy to be doing it. I want to quickly thank Roll20. Roll20 is always a supporter of this channel, and they have given us some copies of Tales from the Loop to give away. So we have one of those to give away today at break. We'll come up with a code word, and for the whole second half of the game, all you gotta do is put that code word into the chat for your chance to win your own Roll20 copy of Tales from the Loop. Heckin' good game. One we're playing tomorrow. So come hang out for that. I just kicked my desk. Sorry. Aside from that, I think that's everything for me to begin with. After that, I'm just gonna say hi. My name's Jess. Thanks so much for being here. You can find me at go_JG and all the places online. And today I'm playing Madam M, who is a little. Can't you tell by this shawl that in my little bun? I am a little old lady, little old occultist, psychic, helpful in some ways. Totally doesn't have any secrets. Definitely only gonna help. And let's go around and say hello to everyone. Tell us who you are and who you're playing. Next up is Sphinx.
Hey, I'm Sphinx. Sphinx Roll on Twitch, Sphinx RL on Twitter. I'll be playing Gaston Lewis, playing an officer in the military. I don't do much else but lurk, so.
Next up is Wild.
Yes, I am Wild, at Wild Engineer on Twitch and Twitter, and I am playing a priest named Father Victor, or Victor of Luck. I worked very hard to make sure I was time appropriate, so this is definitely what they wore these days. So.
Perfect. And next up is Delicia.
Hi, I'm Delicia Pastiche. I'm at Delicia Pastiche on Instagram and Twitter. I am playing Ingrid Lundquist. She is a midwife, but she'll be your doctor in a pinch. And I'm going to hand it off to our wonderful GM, Nicholas.
Yeah, I am the narrator for this. And I'm sure at least one will survive. I mean, it's just a forest. I mean, how bad can it be? And yeah, we will start as the four of you step off the train into a small logging town located deep in the woods. You step out onto the porch, and you can see it's fairly late, but you can see people running past. You can see some kids looking at the train, because it seems like passenger trains are not that usual here. They mostly pick up lumber or drop off things. You see a taller building, 2 stories, that has the What the hell was that? Did I name it? This is me having Johnson's Timber. And you can see some people on the railings above looking down. You can see one. He looks a little bit more middle-aged. Scoffs a little bit and then shuffles back in as his cane thumps against the wooden floor. And then you see a woman, a white woman, looking at you. Red hair, tiny spectacles. She looks at her watch, but she doesn't approach you. What do you do?
Do we know who we're supposed to meet?
No. You just said someone will meet you.
Jess is already out. I'm going to cross my arms and wave at her.
Yeah, and you can see she do it. That's one of those melodramatic, huge sighs, and just walks up to you. And, okay, I was told you would be here an hour ago, but that's probably not your fault, is it? Hello, I'm Alva, the caretaker of the lighthouse. Who are you? I'm not.
Yes, Alba. I knew you were going to say that. Alba, of course. I knew that. I'm, of course, Madam M, and I know these sorts of things. I definitely knew that was going to happen. I also knew we were going to be late. Sorry about that. Just happens sometimes. Even sometimes when you know something's going to happen, it's still, you just let it happen. It's what meant to be is meant to be, isn't it? Right? Well, here we are. We're here now. What can we do for you? You can see we're all here, willing to help.
Perhaps we shouldn't talk about that out here. There is a letter waiting for you at the house where you'll be staying. So if you just take your luggage and come along.
You don't have someone to do that for us?
Miss, I'm caretaker of the house. I'm not your personal assistant.
Oh, not you. Someone else. No? Okay, that's
There's just me, and there's Onkar, the librarian, and his family, of course, but, they are not employees of ours. So, and you got here, so I can assume that you can actually carry your own luggage.
Gonna pick Madam X's luggage up as well as my own and my doctor bag.
I'm gonna look so pleased at this and follow along happily, yes.
I guess he just has a bag and a case. That's all luggage he has.
Victor sees all this. He's like, and indeed the meek shall inherit the earth.
Yeah, and the house she takes you to doesn't look like a lighthouse, even though that's what she called it. It's a old boarding building that seemed to have been retrofitted into something else. But it has a little bit of a tower on it. She walks up to the door and unlocks, and then from her pocket she gives each of you one key each.
These for our rooms?
For the house. You don't know how long you will be staying now, if you're going to take care of this region. I don't know who you pissed off to get sent into this far end of the world, but
I thought we were coming to a lighthouse.
we are referring it to as the lighthouse because we shine a light on this region. It's a metaphor.
I see.
You don't normally name important buildings like that by metaphor, do you? That seems a little confusing for, anyone not from this town.
Oh no! It's just we inside the organization. The townies probably refer to it as something else.
Well, it is a rather hopeful name, for the light shall guide us to the palace.
Yes, exactly. She lets you in, and please have a seat. I will fetch you some tea. I'm sure you would like some.
Tea would be lovely. Tea? Madam M looks around at everyone. Yes, tea? Tea for you? You like yours with sugar? Milk? Yes?
I like mine plain.
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah, and Alva comes back with a tray of cups and saucers and a teapot. Right, down to business, I suppose. They found 3 forest workers dead in the woods. This would have been, usually not an issue like for us, but no, it does seem a little bit peculiar. The first one looked as if he had died of fright. The second ones, the other 2 were are any of you squeamish?
I should hope not in this line of work.
Not in the slightest.
Yeah, they were skewered by a branch.
How
Quite high
big
up.
of a branch?
I was told it was about, fist size.
On the same branch or separate branches?
They were on 2 separate trees, but at the same place.
Was it a sharpened branch?
No, the branch was still on the tree.
Were they
Is any
God
signs of-
fearing?
Was there any signs of conflict in the area?
There were, they were trying to chop down a tree, I think. That is the only sign of conflict I could see.
Were they God-fearing men?
I don't know. The workers here they come to town and work, and sometimes the town grinds them down. Sometimes they leave.
And where is the nearest church?
The nearest church is, if you continue the direction we were walking up here and go down about 2 blocks and then turns to the right, and then you should be able to see us on a small hill. It's not a big church, but it's fairly old.
Well, age is not a problem.
No, but it hasn't been renovated in that long, so it still has some of the original architecture from the 1200s.
Now, this church, is it an actual church or a metaphorical church?
It's an actual church.
What is a metaphorical church?
Well, I didn't know there was such a thing as a metaphorical lighthouse, so, learning a lot today.
Do people regularly get skewered by trees around here, or is this a new sort of development?
It's sort of a new development, yes.
Takes a lot of effort to do that.
Yeah, and yearly some people get hurt in accidents or get lost, but nothing like this, no.
So, is lumber the main sort of business here?
Oh yes, it has expanded quite a bit the last few years, but we are in the middle of a quite big and dark forest. There's not much else to actually do. There are some that still, hunt animals for the butcher and stuff, but the whole town can't live on that. The lumber brings in both people and work.
And this couldn't possibly be some sort of newfangled lumber machine accident type, thing.
No.
Could it have been a ritual sacrifice?
It's possible. I don't know who would have done the ritual, though. Father, do you suspect that we have... And she looks around.
Well,
Cultists around us?
if you don't even know if they were God-fearing men, then it's quite possible.
Yeah, I've been living here for 10 years or so. I don't know most people. I don't go to church.
You don't say.
No.
I should think church attendance is the last thing we should be talking about when two men were just skewered by trees.
Yes. Which brings me to... Is there any particular kind of weapon you want me to acquire you?
Something sharp?
Something that bites trees, apparently?
An axe? Something sharp. Okay.
Gaston looks at his case.
My faith is the only weapon I need. Thank you very much.
A confident man.
I have a feeling that taking an axe into the forest may have been what caused this in the first place.
So who found them exactly?
It was... Oh, herregud. It was Viggo, one of the kids. They sometimes run errands for the company. And when the people didn't come back after the next morning, they were, sent out. And they found them. Well, I'm not big on tact, as you might have noticed. But I would not recommend, asking questions to a kid.
Why not? Sometimes they know quite a bit.
Well, most 10-year-olds don't take kindly to watching people they know hanging from trees with a big branch through their chests.
it was relative? You didn't say that part.
No, not relative, but they knew people who they were from the community in the town.
All right.
The man who died of fright, was there anything unusual about him other than that?
No, I don't think so. He was just a normal lumberjack.
Were these men local, or they were all from different places?
The first one was local. The second one were more of the recent people that have come here. It was closer to one of the newer areas where they are chopping down trees.
And they were all found in the same
As I
area.
said, the first one was a little bit off, a little bit closer to the old clearings, but they've been, as I said, they have been expanding, and there are lots of wood needed. I can take you to the area tomorrow, because I sure as fuck ain't going out there in the darkness.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
We don't want to let this nice tea get cold. Obviously, we should all stay in now and just drink it and rest.
Yeah, and you have your rooms on the second floor. And down here, if you just take through these big doors over here, it leads into the library.
Would we be able to find anything about the area in the library?
Most probably, yes. The library is not my expertise. That's Onkar's.
Thank you.
Sorry, what was that name again?
Onkar. Onckr. I think it is. It should be in your house. Onkrhr.
I have not.
Did
Thank
any
you.
of these men happen to stay in the house as well?
No.
No.
This is our house, not theirs. Only members of the Dusklight Society is here.
I see. Well,
Is Onkar in the library currently, or?
Possibly. You have free reins. I will go to my room and write a letter telling people that you have arrived safely. You did arrive safely, I hope.
We haven't been skewered by trees.
I'll take that as a victory, yes. And she stands up and walks away.
so how does this all sound to you all?
Sounds suspicious as heck, but that is what we do.
Whatever did this, it was probably more than one.
I feel like I would like to know a little bit more about the area, and to be honest, if they were somewhere new and something hurt them there, we should see what's been said about it, if anything, before we go there, which I guess we agreed to do tomorrow.
So we have the library. We have the Onkar we can speak to. Is there anyone else?
Just all about who just met, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What would everyone
Yeah.
like to do?
Library it is.
Seems to be our best lead. Other than
Seems to be
going
our
out
only lead.
other than going out there.
Yes, wouldn't mind seeing if they have any local legends.
To Ankar.
You open the double doors into the library, and it creaks open a bit. But the house seems to have been under restoration for the last 10 years successively, so that takes the time to actually fix things. And you can see that it's quite a large library from what you were expecting. It's not just a few bookshelves, it's quite a few of them lined up.
Lighthouse has a proper library. And
Yeah, it
no
also-
light.
Yeah, and it also has some sort of a work desks that you can sit and read things on with small gas lights.
Mm-hmm. I'll look for a folklore book if I can.
I want you to make a roll for this, actually. And I think, let me look it up. The library. Where are the whole... Why didn't they just give me a good link to the things? Because I think the library should give you
Why would they make it easy for you?
yeah, it doesn't give you an extra die though.
I see.
So I want you to make investigation.
Investigation. Okay, so that should be logic plus 6 dice.
Yeah, take an extra dice because we need to get this going.
2 6s.
2 successes. Yeah. You find some local folklore. You're not entirely sure if you quite believe it, though, because it mentions. It seems to be a lot about respecting nature and spirits therein. It seems to be dating back quite a while, so it has its origins before this the country got Christianed.
Right.
But you find something mentioning a covenant. But
Between
there's
who?
It doesn't say.
Perhaps the logging could be seen as disrespecting nature.
I feel nature would feel that way.
Which is
So
mighty
it meant-
rude of nature.
I would like to know more about the covenant and what they possibly could have broken.
And you hear a small, high-pitched sound, like a small cough.
Oh, that
And
wasn't
you
me.
see you see a small kid, perhaps. Let me see which one. How old?
Are they 10?
No.
Okay. Well, then I'm out of guesses.
They are. You're not entirely sure exactly how old, but it's young teens. 13, 14 perhaps. And it's he's standing there, and the small Indian kid standing there. You're new here. Have you come to stay with us?
It seems so.
Listen,
He'll
Sylvia,
walk over and extend his hand to the child.
Oh, hi. I'm Kat.
Gaston. You firmly shake his hand.
Yeah, he shakes it. My dad is in charge of the library.
Oh. Is your dad around?
I can go fetch him.
Oh, but before you do that, what do you know about this library?
It has books in it, and you're not supposed to spill soup on the books.
Very
And Dad gets really pissed if you try to steal one of the books.
Which is not something you've ever done before, right?
Well, I tried because it looked really cool. It had pictures in it. Sort of hand-painted things.
Which book was that?
I think it was that one up there. It said it was called something like The Dark Arts.
Oh.
Gaston, would you mind grabbing down that book for me by any chance?
No problem. You'll go and get the book.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom got most angry though because, my dad says that knowledge is good, but she said that not all knowledge is good.
Oh, some knowledge is best reserved until you're older.
indeed, knowledge is what doomed humankind.
Madam M goes over to Victor and just does like a little hand pat, like don't scare the child. And then goes back to the kid, and it's just like, sometimes you just need to be careful with what you do with the knowledge you have.
Yeah. I know. My mom used to be like you. No. Investigating things?
Ah.
No. She investigated things. And then there was, what did they call it? A breakdown?
Oh.
So we're resting here.
Is she still here?
Oh yeah. I think they're still eating though. I was finished early, so.
Oh, okay. What do you think is going on out there, Kat?
Out there?
With the woodmen, the lumberjacks.
I want you to make a roll for this again. This is probably a manipulation.
Is there assisting in this game? Is there like?
Yeah, you can help. You can give a die. That gives an extra die.
Can I pull out a little candy?
Yeah.
because I'm old and I have them in my pockets.
That's a stereotype.
You just come with
Well-
being
I have them. Madam M has them. For just, I do have some points of manipulation, so I assume it's
Yeah.
things like that. It's
Yeah.
just little things, So I hand one to Kat, and then to encourage them to answer the question.
Does that give me an extra die?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's 7 die. So you said I can take conditions to reroll, right?
Yeah.
You use that to manipulate the
Yeah,
kid.
and also, I don't think I mentioned it, but for each condition you have, you roll 1 die less for those. So for the physical
Oh, good to
and
know.
the mental. So it's sort of.
It's been a long day, so I will take exhausted.
Yeah.
There we go. 3 6s.
Oh. Well, I shouldn't. I overheard the adults were talking. I mean, Alva didn't really want, to speculate because, she's very much into facts and stuff. Whereas, my dad is more about investigating and looking up into the books that he calls. I think the word he used were inaccurate, but they also have some nugget of truth in them, so we shouldn't just dismiss them. But yeah, so I overheard Mom and Dad talking, and they think well, Mom thinks the woods are alive.
Do you trust what your mother says?
I mean, yeah. She's my mom. I don't think she doesn't lie that much, I hope. And she has a big sword.
Well, hopefully we can speak with her after she's finished eating.
I can go fetch her.
That would be so nice. Thank you.
And he runs off. Oh, and it stops. Was there anything else?
You've been a great help.
Yeah. And then he walks back, and then he leans into. I still haven't remembered all your names yet. So, Victor, since you had 3 successes, he leans in and whispers, "Sometimes late at night, I swear the woods are whispering."
They whisper. Interesting.
And then he runs off. Which is not the safest thing to do when you're holding a sort of a gas light to light your way. Yeah, because I don't think I think I forgot to mention this earlier for people watching. This takes place in 1897. So you know.
So
So
it
you
is
all-
like, sorry, go ahead.
So what do you all make of a whispering woods?
Well, we have 2 options. His mother is slightly touched, or his mother knows something we should take very seriously. What's in that book, madam?
That's what I was gonna ask. Can I look in the book? Can I
Yeah.
read the book, please?
Yes.
Do I have to roll to do it, or can I just do it?
You have the book, so you can just open it.
Okay. Well, I wasn't
You
sure
might
if there was
not-
something special.
yeah, you might not get everything from it, but it contains
The answers
some
to our questions.
odd rituals. You're not entirely sure if they actually work. There are drawings of fairies, trolls, and sort of. There's also a section called wards.
Hmm.
Yes, please.
Does it look like it has been like read recently? Does it look well read?
Well, yes and no. I mean, some of the pages looks like they haven't been opened in quite a while because they creak a little bit. But at the same time, you also notice that there's a big stain of what looks to be like some tomato soup.
Soup. Okay. Well, is that on a specific page?
No.
There's like there's a big old soup stain on this book. That's cool. That's cool.
But as you leaf through it, you can also see that it has belongs to Onkar in the beginning.
Oh, we should speak to this person who this book belongs to. That's helpful. There are some warding rituals in here. Good, good. And then it's in a language I can read, right? It's not like
Yeah.
illegible, like
Yes.
it's completely.
Yeah. No, you can
Okay.
read it.
Okay, I just want to double check. Does it have, since it mentions like trolls and creatures and things like that, does it highlight any creatures that live in this forest? Does it say like these are known to the region of
No.
this forest?
Not really. No, it seems like the books here belongs to Onkar and his family, so they brought them with them.
Ah. Well, yes, we should. Does anyone feel like should we wait for the family to come finish their dinner and come see us, or should we go visit Ankar? What does everyone think?
We should probably unpack first.
So
If they're
practical.
serving dinner, I could eat.
Wouldn't say no to something. We have done quite a long journey.
I'll take everybody's stuff to their rooms if you don't mind.
Like, the second you even mention that, Madam M is like pushing her bags into your arms, like, yes, thank you. Oh, so kind, so generous. Thank you.
Yeah. So
He's still collecting everybody's luggage if they would like him to bring it to their rooms at least.
Victor doesn't have luggage.
oh.
The Lord is all you need.
So yeah, where are you going? Sounds like someone is taking up luggage.
I think if Gaston is taking up luggage, Madam M posed that question to the rest of the group because she is then just like head and book. Like, I'm now looking for like I'm now trying to see if any of these wards seem like legible, like reasonable actual defensive options.
Yeah.
I'm going to dinner.
Going to dinner just to see if these folks we've heard of are still there.
Yep. Yeah. So we will start by following the people who go to dinner. Madam M, are you sitting in the library with head in the book and ignoring everything else?
That's a good question. Am I going to dinner? I'm gonna take the book with me and follow behind. So once they start exiting the room, I'm gonna just like follow behind.
Okay.
Just don't spill soup on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you go in the direction the kid ran, and you assume that this is probably what used to be the servants' quarters. That the family now is taken over because not all of them work here. So I mean, they need some privacy. There they are, Mom, Dad. They're here. You can see a family sitting around the table. They are a mom and dad and 3 kids. There are a pair of daughters that are twins. And the man is, welcome. I hope Alva wasn't too much of a handful.
No, not in the least.
She was fine, but she doesn't go to church.
Well, neither do we. And he points at
Victor's eyes just narrow.
We're Hindu.
And how does that stop you from going to church?
Oh, well, we hadn't really thought about it like that, no?
He's got you there.
Please have a seat. I would have made you some food if I had known you were arriving today, but I will have. I thought you were arriving tomorrow.
That's interesting, because Alva said she thought we were an hour late.
Oh yeah. I mean, we don't have the best communications. So, but please, have some paneer.
How dare you? In real life, I'm very hungry right now. Like, I would fight someone for some paneer right now.
Yeah.
Seriously, though.
Focus.
So,
Sorry, I didn't get your name. I'm Ingrid. And
I'm Ankar. And his wife sits down and waves a little bit. And I'm Serena, and these are our family. Japa, Sanyaya, and Ket.
Ket was kind enough to introduce himself earlier in the library.
Yes. It's nice to meet you all.
Yeah, I've heard that you are here to help us fix the issue with the town. At least one of them. The most pressing one.
The skewering trees.
Yes. Kids, perhaps you could go into your room. Mom. Go to your room. Please. Okay. And all 3 of them leaves and leaves you alone with the adults. Yeah, the murder trees. Sanaya, there is no murder trees. It's just... It's either, a troll or perhaps 2 trolls. No. You should have seen tracks then. Well, perhaps. But they might be sneaking.
Trolls wouldn't be silly, but murder trees would be very silly. Of course.
Yeah.
Why couldn't it be murder trees if it could be trolls?
I mean, well, we have the first victim, you know, the one that got so scared he died. Normally, people around here isn't really scared about trees.
But sentient trees might be pretty frightening.
Well, I have not read any account about sentient trees or murder trees. Not like this. I mean,
You say not like this. Is there something you've read that's similar, perhaps?
well, there's been places where, you know, enough grief has occurred to sort of give the area sort of a thirst for vengeance. But there hasn't been that many dead people here. At least not that I know of.
But how long have you been here?
Okay, I've just been here 10 years, but I mean, the first few years it was fairly normal, you know, getting rid of some fairies that were nesting, making sure that people respected the older trees. Sort of things like that. I mean, we came here to take care of the house and hopefully have some rest after some bad experience in the job.
Have there been signs of trolls? Are they not fairly easy to find?
Some of them are. Some of them, you know, hides pretty well. They. I haven't seen any of the larger rock formations that they seem to transform into. And I haven't seen any big signs of nesting in the caves. I don't think I've even seen a cave here, so I mean...
Are there tree trolls? I don't know.
Might be. No, there isn't. I would have seen the tracks. Yeah, you've... My wife is the troll expert.
And the troll expert rules out trolls.
Yeah, when you put it like that, I mean, I am coming off as a bit of a ass. Okay, yeah. See, I was telling you. Yeah. And we will switch over to Gaston. You were picking up the luggage, putting it into rooms.
Yeah,
Anything else?
Just getting a look of the general building, like while I do it.
Yeah. It's an old building. And from the look of it, it seems like parts of the house has been renovated and moved around a little bit. The place where you are in now, it looks a little bit like it was a boarding house. Where people who were not expecting to live in the towns were staying. So it seems like someone bought it pretty cheap and then turned it into what it is today.
A lot of rooms. Like,
Yeah, most of the doors are shut because it seems like they haven't figured out what to use them for yet. Because one of the ones that weren't locked, when you open it, it's a few furnitures with linen covering the walls, and you can see that they are behind it. You can see that there are some old paintings.
okay.
And if you lift that and look at the paintings, it's horrible paintings, but not in such as the motive is horrible. It's just that the workmanship that made them are not good.
It's like motel art in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just trying to get a general layout of the building, like to commit that to memory
Yeah.
as he brings people's luggage to their rooms.
Yeah, and you can see that there is a one of the rooms have Ilva's name on it, and you also have it's on the downstairs. There's a door that leads to basement. That also has it has sturdy locks, and it has a sign on it that says Ylva's Armory.
Okay. I'll take note of that. And once he's like, does every room have generally the same stuff in it? Like bed, chair, tables, or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll just, after he's done with everybody else, he'll put his stuff down in his room and pretty much just settle himself in. Like, put his stuff down and get himself ready to go downstairs to where everybody else is.
Yeah. Do you have anything you want to do this evening?
Other than check his equipment,
Yeah.
just basically try to consider what they could be up against and what he needs to prepare for. So he'll probably try to speak to Encore and his wife and try to get a better idea of what they could be dealing with.
Yeah. Yeah. You between them, they have argued while people were watching, a little bit awkwardly as you were eating, because you tend to be a little bit awkward when someone is arguing at the same table. And then they it's probably some sort of a wood spirit thing. I don't know exactly what it can be. I have not come across anything like it.
Yeah. And just thinking about it, it takes a lot of effort to impale someone on a branch.
Yeah.
But it'll be fairly easy for a branch to impale a person. The other way around.
Okay. That is not a comforting thought.
No, it's not.
So does anyone else have something you want to do this evening?
Can I do a thing real quick?
Yeah.
I actually just really quickly want to say thank you so much for the raid. We're raising funds for Extra Life. Hi, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're playing Vaesen, a spooky game, and we are currently in the lighthouse, which is not a lighthouse. Let's, we're talking to some folks, asking some questions, and thank you so much. We're almost at, as I was saying that, the little thing booped up. I think we just hit $800 for children's hospitals. Thank you so heckin' much. Yeah, a donation literally just came in. The bar moved before it went. Thank you so much for everyone that came in. Thank you for the love and the hype. Any point you want, put / Extra Life in the chat, and that will get you the link to donate to this very, very good cause. And also, since we are playing a spooky game, ! Vaesen, which is the name of the game on the screen. CW, which stands for content warnings, will give you the content warnings of things that we know we might face at some point. So yeah, thank you so much. Please feel free to sit, to chill, and enjoy the story. Thank you all so much. And if it's possible, Madame M would like to snoop. That's what I would do.
Do you want to snoop in the middle of the night, or do you want to?
Well, okay, hear me out. Let me propose something to you. Gaston was so kind and generous and went to go take our bags. So, he didn't get to join for dinner until a little later, so dinner might, extend a little while. So maybe I would just, excuse myself near the end and go do a snoop.
Yeah. Where do you want to snoop?
So we're in the dining room. We've done the entrance and the library. I want to see if there's anything further back in the house.
Yeah, they're it's quite big, the house. So I mean, it has. You also notice that there are lots of the rooms are empty. It's things that they don't really know what they should do with it. There's a sort of a. You do find. You probably come into one of the same rooms that Gaston came over, where all the paintings have been covered over. It's quite a few paintings in the same room, so it looks a bit like a small gallery no one is using. And then, you find a few rooms that you don't know what the hell it is. See a small stair leading up to the attic. You also find the Alva's armory door.
I feel like I should let someone else investigate that one. I'll leave that. I'll leave that one for other folk to take care of. That one's on you. I'm not taking that one.
And I want you to make. Let's see what it is.
An investigation roll?
No, I want you
it.
to make a vigilance roll.
Okay, it's just okay. This is my first roll. I'm using the sheet. So it's hang on. So it's vigilance. Do I get any bonus die for being so sneaky?
No.
Do I have any conditions?
No.
Hey, I succeeded!
Yeah, that's good. You hear a noise from outside. And since, this is the late 1800s, it means that there's not much light inside of the house itself. So you can see quite clearly through the windows and stuff. I think at first it was nothing special. Then you see it. Eyes. 3 of them. Glowing a little bit in the darkness. And it seems like they pulse a little bit. And then you realize that it pulses to your heartbeat. And I want you to make a fear test.
No!
And
How do I do that?
the fear test is special effects. Quite easy to fail.
Oh, cool. Thanks for just like at least you know what? At least you laid it out. At least.
Yeah, it's you get to pick though.
Okay.
It's either logic or empathy.
Logic or empathy? I will go with empathy.
Yeah.
Is something you roll against me, or I roll empathy?
Yeah, you roll empathy.
I just roll empathy.
Yeah, you roll empathy. Yeah.
Okay. Haha!
That's good. Yeah. You are not spooked.
Well, that's unusual.
Yeah. And then you see the heads turn.
Did you say heads?
Yeah, I meant head turn. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, the head turns and you see what looks a little bit like antlers twist and then walks off into the woods.
Madam M has done enough snooping and will return to the common area.
Yeah.
Is everyone like? I'm gonna say Madam M specifically did this while people were still gathered because she wanted to be able to have like the excuse, like whereas wandering at night she would have not had as good of an excuse, right? Like.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I return back when there is a free moment to privately communicate this one, possibly with I think she looks at everyone, possibly with Ingrid first.
Yes? What? Is something wrong? Spit it out.
Well, no, shh.
Okay.
We don't want to interrupt everyone's dinner with frightful thoughts and things. So, but I did want to communicate that just now, I did happen to peer out of a window and see, something unusual in the forest with more than the normal number of eyes.
I feel that given what the current topic of conversations has been at the dinner table this evening, you could really share that with the group.
But the children, though.
They would.
All right, everyone. Apparently, I have an announcement to make.
Oh God.
Announce?
Yes. So in your village, you know, in around here in the forest, are there very commonly deer or elk or large creatures with antlers?
We have had elks, yes. Sometimes we have deer.
Do they often have more than 2 eyeballs?
No.
So that now I'll look
This
at
seems
like,
very...
and now I'll look at Victor and Gaston. Has anyone ever heard of like perhaps cursed creatures with more than 2 eyeballs?
Possibly angels.
Oh, not that many. I know those have like many. Just like a few extra. Things just a little less.
Devils?
There's one team or the other. There's no in between. Sorry.
Perhaps our hosts, Ankar, Serena,
yes?
have you heard of anything like that?
No. But on the other hand, you were sent here to be the experts, so I mean...
Oh. Oh.
Well, yeah, so this
Well,
is an
I mean-
expert to expert conversation.
Yeah, as I said, my wife's expertise is trolls, and mine is more like, there was an accident quite early. It's my leg. It's problematic to hunt and investigate with, since I can't really go out that far. So I'm the more scholarly investigator, but I can only do as much as the books allow me to. I can't, invent books on myself and assume it's the truth.
Would I be able to use my equipment to get them to open up a little bit more?
No. And I would say that is because, you question why they hadn't been to church. So, I mean...
Well, I mean, but it's good wine.
Yeah, good. Yeah, they don't drink wine.
Not that I would know.
Well, even if you didn't think the books that you had read were true, have you come across things like that at all?
I mean, there are lots of things that I don't know of. I mean, we are... Very few of my books is about the local area.
How many creatures have you heard of scaring someone to death?
I mean, there are trolls. I mean, we have the hell are those called in English? We have the woodwives.
The what now?
Women who lives in the forest. They have hollow backs and foxtail. They they tend to cause accidents to scare people or kidnap men.
Accidents such as bodies up in trees?
Not really like that, no.
That's too bad.
I mean, we also have the brook horse.
Does it have antlers?
No, it's a horse.
Well,
It's in the name.
So is Lighthouse. There's light in the name.
you've proven we can no longer trust any of our names.
It could be metaphorical antlers.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's also, a little bit more I mean, the town has grown, so I mean, it's possible that there might be mailings might appear, but I haven't heard about those. Those are for ghosts of dead children that God's places.
Oh. Well, you've been in town for 10 years. Have you heard the townsfolk whisper about anything?
I've heard some of the elders whisper that they are one shouldn't go too far into the woods.
Do you think perhaps it would be useful for us to go speak with them?
I mean, possibly. I mean, Jonas is, 105. So perhaps not him. But there are few still around. And then you hear a scream.
Gaston immediately gets up.
Yeah.
Do we know where it's coming from?
Yeah, and it's... Well, I don't really often get to use this phrase, but it's coming from inside the house.
Okay.
And Yappa comes running in, and Ket saw something, and he ran out.
Outside?
Yeah, outside. I know it's dark now and we shouldn't go out, but he panicked.
Oh.
He screamed something about the eyes.
Okay. Gaston will charge out of the room and go out of the dining hall, go straight to his room, to his case. Then he will arm himself with his saber and his pistol and move towards the door.
Ingrid's gonna take out a bizarrely long knife from somewhere inside her apron and kind of go behind Gaston.
Can I tell what direction he might have run off in?
Yeah, out there, and I think that further into the woods.
Well,
Yeah, and Gaston opens a drawer and picks out a small. It looks a little bit like a twine, coated in wax and some sort of a scribblings on it. Please take this.
what?
It's a ward. It's a ward. It should stop you from. Well, if there's a troll, it will help you against that, so it won't notice you. I thought we just come to the conclusion it's not a troll. Yeah, but what if it is?
So this is only good for trolls then.
It can also. I think it might also help with some other things as well. I mean, it makes you harder to detect.
Do you mind if I bring out
Go
a
ahead.
cup of water in case?
Sure. We have cups? I mean, humanity. Okay, you probably just want 1 or 2, right?
Just one should be fine.
Okay, yeah. A large cup.
Please.
Yeah. You get a bigger cup than what you had for tea.
Shouldn't we be going after? Why are we
Yeah.
drinking water?
Yeah, Gaston's already outside yelling after
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah.
Well, the water's not for drinking. He glisses the water in front of you, spraying people.
Okay.
Who was it that presented the ward?
It was Ankar.
Ankar?
Yeah.
And he was just like offering it out? Did someone else already
Yeah.
grab it?
No one said that they took it, so no.
Go
I
for it.
take, and then I go follow the other. I go
Yep.
follow everyone out the door. Thank you. So kind, so generous. Thank you. Goodbye.
Do we have
So,
some
yeah.
kind of torch or something?
Yeah, you can have. There are,
Okay.
gas lamps that you can.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
pick
Do they
up.
have some of those in the house? Can we like take one,
Yeah.
take them out with us? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they are used even so that it can be used even during winters or such. So they have, glass walls that you can shut so the wind doesn't blow them out.
Yes, Alan.
That please.
Yeah.
I think I'll follow everybody else out.
And I want someone to make an investigation roll.
Ooh.
It sounds a little bit like Gaston was first out, so
I was gonna say Gaston.
Yeah.
You and Gaston or Ingrid? I feel like you were the first two out the door, weren't you?
I'll roll.
investigation or yeah.
One success.
Yeah.
Right.
You see some branches torn, like someone has just rushed there. There's a little bit of a piece of the cloth that's probably from the pants that Ket had. And it does lead into the woods.
Okay. Once I have light, I'll try to follow that trail.
Yeah, and as you walk through the woods, I mean, you can't really run because you don't know the area, and it's not in a good path. So you need to take care where you put your feet down, and you can hear an owl in the distance. And you can hear the branches snapping from the people around you. There's a slight breeze that seems to make everything colder. And as you proceed further in, it grows quieter.
Like no animals, no anything.
No, it seems like there's been a dampening on everything, even the branches as you snap them with your feet. They seem more lower pitched, more like there's something between you and the sound.
Whenever Gaston starts to notice that, he'll slow down so everyone can catch up because he doesn't want anybody left behind.
Do you
We
see
don't want-
anything?
Not yet, but Just be on guard.
You hear a whooshing sound as you see one of the owls fly past. And what is everyone's observation?
1. Just like how many points we have in it, or like roll it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And don't roll it. Just how many
1.
points you have.
None.
I have 1.
You're muted.
You're muted.
3.
Oh dang.
Oh, okay. There's something weird with the owl.
Mm.
You see a feather fall off it. And it lands pretty close to you. But you don't see it. It's basically, when you look at it, you can only see leaves. But one of the leaves is red.
Oh. Pick up the red flower or leaf.
Yeah. And it looks like leaves from the trees in the area. It's a little bit like a maple.
Mm-hmm. Did you all notice the feather disappear?
No.
Yeah.
You just saying no.
No one else notices this.
There was something strange about that owl.
Well, there's something strange about all of this.
Indeed. Makes you wonder what God has planned for us.
Did it have extra eyeballs?
Not that I saw.
Antlers?
No.
Well, I'm out of guesses.
You continue to press forward into the woods. The trees grow larger. These are old ones. You spot a few chipping marks on one of the trees, like someone has started to use an axe on it.
Can I
And
look at
then,
it?
yeah, you can look at it. Yeah,
Just want to look more closely.
yeah, and on the plants next to that one, just a little bit off, you can see right next to the tree. You can see the axe lying there. A little bit further away from that, you can see on the plants there's sort of a red coat.
Do you think this is where it happened?
Likely.
Oh.
We recognize the red coat.
The coat is on the things. It's sort of like a coat of paint, but
Okay.
probably blood.
I'm gonna scream for Cat really loudly.
Yeah, and all of you hear it, and then it's like as you scream, the woods grow even more silent. And then as you look back where you were, it seems like the trees have, made the path more narrow there. It's like the wood is pushing you forwards.
Gaston's moving in a very controlled way. Like he's moving with his hands close to his weapons, but not on them. Because he's trying not to appear hostile, but he's trying to be prepared.
Yeah. And then the trees open up. You see a clearing. You might probably have wandered the woods for 45 minutes or something now. You're not entirely sure which direction or anything. And there's a sort of a stone in the middle.
Should we?
We're gonna come here anyway.
And you hear, and it's hard to describe. It's like when you stepped on the branches and they snapped a little bit, and parts of them, whipped towards other, towards plants or other on the woods, and it makes lots of noises. It's a little bit like that, wood against wood, as it towers in front of you. It's big. It's first appears like a shadow, and then the moon above you, as it illuminates the clearing. You see a bear, but not a normal bear.
Can't just be a normal bear. You can't just give us a normal bear.
No. You see where it should be in fur, it has moss.
Oh.
The parts of it seems to be made of muscles, but it's more like vines pulling the head that is made up from trees and stone.
Is it moving?
As you say that, it looks towards you, and it's a little bit like when you, instead of muscles, it's like the vines is pulling it, so you can see it as it ridges along. And there's a voice that seems to form inside of your head. Not a single word is said out loud. And it's sort of elusive, and it's echoing inside of you. And each word, as it's pronounced, it brings up the smell of wet moss. And pierces you with the eyes. And inside of this, you can see a chest, it's pulsing. And Madam M, you realize this right immediately, that this is also it pulsing with the heartbeat of yourselves. All of you in one. So it's sort of a weird, very weird beat. And then the voice. This slab of moss and stone. This is where the old ones made a sacrifice. When a truce or bargain was to be made. This here is the foundation for today, or the future, and even the future for us and you, if there is to be a future. The covenant must be paid with blood, one way or another. You have 2 nights, young ones, one way or the other. Peace will come to these woods again. And you feel the sickening smell of wet iron. And I want everyone to make a fear check.
Which one is fear?
One of the empathy or logic.
Oh, okay. Empathy it is.
I'll go logic. Oh, 1 success.
1 success.
1 success.
So everyone, none of you got frightened. That's good.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they're just informant. They're like laying out the rules. We're like, okay, we have 2
Yep.
nights now. That's great. Like, thank you for letting us know.
And you see on the stone, now that it has indicated towards it with its nozzle, it appears to be a knife there.
Can I go investigate it? If no one else is like, no one else
Yep.
spoke up, so I'm gonna.
Yeah,
No
Yeah,
one else
make
said
an-
anything, so I'm going over.
make an investigative roll.
Okay. Investigation. 2 successes.
Nice.
Yeah. It has it's rusty, except on the edge. The handle is rusty, but the blade is pristine. And there are old dried blood on the handle, as well a little bit on the edge.
Are there any signs of Ket anywhere?
You haven't seen any yet.
Gaston will ask, where's the boy?
The boy is safe. Your kind will not hurt him.
I have no intention to. Do you?
No.
Let's keep it that way.
And in Madame M's head, as you investigate the knife.
Oh, did I pick it up? I thought I was just looking at it. Cool.
Yeah, you're looking at it. I mean,
Okay.
you're the
that's
only
cool.
one that actually went up there, so I mean.
Okay.
You hear. It needs to be signed. And you can see on the stone plate, the stone basically, it looks a bit like an altar when you look at it now. There are some grooves in it. But it's not many, and they're not deep, so...
That was in my head.
Yeah.
And just to me, it said it needs to be signed.
Yeah.
Cool.
I want to go up and look as well at this. Do the grooves look like language or words or anything?
They remind you a little bit about branches, so a bit like runes, but not like normal runes that you would know.
And from my doctorly knowledge, do I feel like in order to fill the grooves, how much blood would it be? Would it be a lot?
No, not particularly much, no.
From a single person? How much would that be?
I mean, it from your professional standpoint, if you would, it wouldn't require more than. I mean, you could probably fill those just for what we today do as when we take one of those, not the small blood tests, but to do the when we pump a little bit more out, something like that.
I'm gonna take my knife and hold it to my hand and look at everyone.
Whoa. We have.
If you're not gonna do it, I will.
Oh, but we have 2 days. Shouldn't we try and look into it a little bit more before we jump straight to ritual sacrifices? In my experience, that's not like plan A.
It seems like they had something in place before that's been disturbed.
But do you want to be in the contract? Is this your contract to make? Are you planning on staying here?
I believe that's the idea, that this is our new home.
I misunderstood that. All right. I'm fine with you being in charge of this forest. Go ahead.
I get the feeling that it's less in charge and more responsible.
Indebted to?
Yeah.
Which is once again why I feel like maybe not plan A yet until, more details.
But they've got 2 people and 3 people, and now Ket.
Like, how often will they need sacrifices, though?
Sounds like it's been a long time.
And it seems like this place is a bit far away from where the bodies were found.
Did the moss bear?
It's standing there still.
I was gonna say still there. It hasn't left.
Yep.
The moss bear's still here. Yep. Can I go up to the moss bear? Like just tra la 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 la. Like go over to the moss bear.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So, are you like in charge?
It looks at you, and as you are now closest, the heartbeat of it takes on more of your. So when on your heartbeat, it goes even more powerful.
Well, I don't like that. All right. Yes, this. Are you in charge of this contract, or is there someone else we should be speaking to? Sir Bear.
Charge? We are the forest. We do what we have to do.
If we is someone giving you their blood to this stone, signing the contract, and will it result in you giving back the child?
Yes. We will not be keeping the child either way. However, if the contract is not signed, if the covenant is not accepted, within 2 days, he's safer here than where you are. There will be peace in this valley again.
How this contract, do you anyone? You're okay with anyone? Would you be okay with like a little bit of someone, a little bit of someone else?
the covenant must be signed.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your time. Goodbye. I'm gonna walk away now. I'm done.
Yeah,
I tried.
yeah. As you walk away, the path where you came from, you see a big elk made in the same way as the bear, with 3 eyes. And instead of the mouth, the teeth in it are on the outside, and it's made of jagged rocks. And in this light you can see that the antlers on it, there has been blood spilled on those pretty recently.
Cool.
Yeah. That's pretty sick.
Do you all want to?
I don't know what more there is to talk about.
We can wait until the last day. Maybe someone else would like to take charge of the woods.
I don't think you're getting charge of the woods. You're just appeasing the woods. I don't think we're able to control them.
We don't know what is being agreed to in this contract. Usually you want to know what you are signing.
You agree to peace.
Oh, okay, well then that's not that. That seems fine. I mean, everyone go right ahead then.
Okay.
The old ones kept the balance. They made sure the heart of the woods was safe.
So, all right. So, excuse me again, Sir Bear. Excuse me. And I'm going to turn back around to everyone else and be like, so perhaps the problem here is not, it probably never was. Let's all admit, it probably never was the forest. It's not really the forest's fault. The forest just wants the forest's part or center or some part of it to be safe. You might commit your blood to this contract, and then should the people of this village go and violate that contract, are you on the hook for that?
I feel like we need to learn where this heart is exactly to keep people away from it.
This is the heart of the city. Heart of the forest.
We can try and find out how the old ones did it. And see what would be required of us. I mean, there is that 105-year-old man.
Who held the previous covenant? He's asking the.
Yeah. A woman. Like you. Flesh. Blood.
How long ago was this?
Time passes different. We are the woods. Our time is slow. But she has not been here for she's not been here since that tree over there was small. He points towards. It's not old, but that's probably been here for 50 years or so. We've been looking. Never had urgency.
Do you know what happened to that person?
Old age, I think. We think. She served us well. She was the second one.
Mm.
The first one served even longer. Before there were the urgency wasn't there. Due to people still respecting it. Now there's a darkness in this city of humans. It sickens me. It poisons the soil. And that's where we'll take a break.
Awesome, great, awesome, super good, going well. Thanks so much everyone for hanging out. We will be back in just a few minutes. Get up, do a stretch, get yourself a drink. Thank you so much for taking us all the way to $800 for Extra Life. That's heckin' amazing. Thank you so much. We'll be back with the rest of the story in a few. See ya. Thanks. Hello everyone, we're back. How's it going? I guess let's find out how much blood this stone wants from us.
Blood for the bloodstone.
Yeah.
Part 2. So yeah.
So is Ingrid just asking a question to the bear?
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was though.
I think it was basically it had gotten by without the covenant for a while
Yeah.
because humans were behaving.
What is the end of the bargain that you want us to uphold?
The covenant is to make the woods safe. And also protect the area. You will, if the covenant is signed, it will bind you as well as us. It's a bargain for peace.
What stopped humans from coming here before?
Before the Covenant?
No, before the latest events.
After the last one had died, there was nothing that stopped them. They just never did. Before that, whoever signed the covenant would make sure this place was safe.
I think it's fair that you are able to keep your area safe, and we shouldn't be coming into it. But we're new here ourselves, and I don't know how much power we have over the people around here. Probably not much.
There's always a price for peace.
Do we think these townsfolk are smart enough to stop coming into an area where people are getting gored by trees, or
Shall we speak with them before we make this deal? To at least let them know what they're getting into.
they may just think we're insane. They're probably going to think we're insane.
They believe in trolls.
No, the people in our society believe in trolls.
Yes, we should try and figure out who it is that is encroaching, how to get them to stop, and who wants to be the new protector of this forest.
Perhaps we can get a way to show them.
I want Ingrid to make a empathy roll.
She is not particularly empathetic, but
What?
no successes.
Yeah.
Can always push it.
Your mind, you have images that just appears. In the same way that that the bear speaks to you. You see sort of a sun going up twice. Then you see the village. And you see the elk that now stand on the side of the glade in town, hunting down humans. You see people running, but it sort of avoids many people. You don't know exactly who they're avoiding and who they're charging down, but that's it. You get a feeling that there's a specific pattern. And then you see the bear looking towards a building you've seen before. Johnson's Timber, right next to the railway. And it's a little bit like it's on flame, but you can't see a fire. You can just see smoke. And you see dark tendrils seeping out from it. And you see one of the persons in town trying to run away. The dark tendrils sort of goes underneath their feet, crawls up. And then it's sort of like the human twists and bends a little bit. And you can see anguish in their face as this tendrils seems like puppeteering it, charging the bear. You're muted.
Well, friends, I think we may wish to give them what they want. But I do think that there is a major source of the problem that we could perhaps deal with.
One thing, since this was a fear roll, you failed it.
Oh, if it's a fear roll, I get an extra dice because I have a...
Yeah, make another roll then.
Let's see if... is there a way to roll just one roll?
Re-roll everything. I mean...
Oh, okay. If it's fear, you can't. Don't you choose between logic and empathy?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Oh, okay. Okay, then I'm taking logic. Blah!
Yeah.
Still no successes.
Yeah, roll a d6. A normal d6. Because this is how long you're just standing there terrified.
5.
Yeah, so for what seems a little bit like an eternity, because, you know,
scary.
A few beats are, you know, when no one does anything, it takes so long time when you're just standing there doing nothing. So the rest of you can see Ingrid just freezing. And I'm thinking we skip the second bit of the failed fear roll for now, because it doesn't really make sense. Unless, of course, you want to... well, no, we can... You have 4 options. I missed one. You can flee. You can freeze when this goes over you, so you can still, you know, not do anything properly. You can faint, or you can attack.
Oh. I think freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Ingrid is just standing there, almost holding the knife, but not doing anything. It's like frozen there, shaking a little bit.
Ingrid, you all right?
Our bear friend has shared some things with me, I think. I think that we should probably go back and speak. But I get the impression they don't really like the timber mill. Understandably. And that we really should take care of this as soon as possible.
Well, the timber mill's the problem.
Understandably, they didn't like the axes and the woodcutters, and guess that's the source of those.
So I'm going to walk up to the bear and and ask, whisper to the bear, like, did the old ones call you Vaesen? Are you one?
Some has called us that. Some has called us that. Some has just called us nature.
So you are a Vaesen. I turn around and he's like, it is okay, everyone. They are a Vaesen. We can trust them.
What?
I believe what they say is God's will.
I have questions, but I think we should leave first.
I mean, were we not going to sign the contract?
I really don't feel like cutting myself open right now. I would like to go back.
I think the plan was to wait and, well, not wait, to act accordingly and to investigate this further and try and discover slightly more the parameters of the contract and who should be the one perhaps bleeding for it. I don't know why we're saying sign it. It's not a piece of paper with a pen. That would be much easier.
I mean, some contracts were signed by giving the firstborn.
Thank you, Father.
Well, see, we want to know if that's inherently part of this contract. That's something we should know.
I mean, in the end, it was just a test, but... I mean,
Can we go?
Yes, I
surely
think...
this is but a test as well.
Then
I
you
don't
should
think this
sign.
is a test.
But yes, perhaps we can go and do this tomorrow.
Let's try and see. Ingrid, you said look to the lumber mill. That makes a lot of sense. That seems to be very logical.
I don't think they're going to go willingly, but things could happen to a lumber mill.
Of course they could. Let's go investigate that, shall we?
The elk sidesteps.
Hmm.
And you can see the path that you took here opening up.
God does work in mysterious ways.
Why do you conflate this with God?
Is not God all around us? Are we all not God's creatures?
He's not wrong.
Yes, but he does seem to pick and choose when he wants to apply this. So I just feel... I'm with Ingrid on this one.
I don't remember the part of the Bible with a large three-eyed elk and a moss bear and a blood pact with the forest, but it's been a while.
There is the part where the bush spoke to Moses, and the bush was God itself, was it not? Is that not a giant bush?
If it was in the small print.
Why don't we, it seems, you know what, like, to everyone in the group, why don't we all go back, have a nice cup of tea, and then go and try to bargain nicely with the lumber mill people, and then if that doesn't work, threaten the lumber mill people. How about that? That would make everyone happy, right?
I agree.
Yes, we shall put the fear of God in them.
Perfect. Can we find our way back now?
Who is the last person to leave the clearance?
Ooh.
Me.
That'll be okay. If you want.
Who was it?
Me.
Okay. Gaston, as you pass the elk, you hear, and its voice is a little bit different than the bear. It's more. It is less wet moss. The voice is more chipping of rocks. You have 2 days.
Keep that boy safe. And he'll walk off.
And you walk, and it's easy to find your way back than what it was to go there. Because suddenly it seems like you can see small lights from the village that wasn't there before. And as you approach the house again, you see Serena comes out. Did you find my boy?
I'm sorry. They promised he is safe.
They? Who?
The angels have him now.
Don't say that. That's like such a. God,
What he needs to say is that we had a rather unique encounter with the Guardians of Forest here. And they promise your boy is alive and well. And that they will not do him any harm.
Who are they? I want to go there. I want to talk to these people.
They might not want to talk to you. I feel we were brought there rather than just finding them.
It's also not very safe right now. Why don't we go inside? We can talk there.
Oh, okay. And as she came out, she put something to the side. You didn't really see what it was, but now she takes it with her. And you notice it's a big sword.
Oh, that's quite the blade.
That's something you use a lot.
It's impressive.
I used to hunt trolls.
Well, just as you suspected, I don't think we're dealing with trolls.
Yeah. See, I fucking told you.
It seems this forest, well, it's guarded by some protectors who had an agreement with the people of this town for a long time that they would not go into the center of the woods. But, well, now they're cutting down the center of the woods, and they're angry. They're very angry.
So they had a agreement with people not disturbing the woods.
Yes.
I say this has been here for a while.
Generations.
Specifically, I believe there were 2 keepers. That's what we were told, but that they both had lived very long lives and passed on. So that does give us quite a range of time.
I would like
And
to know more about these people.
Do you know any specific phrases they were using with this, or is it?
The old
Did they
one?
go on names?
They said the old ones.
And those that signed the covenant, that there's a contract and a covenant with
The
the
covenant
wolves.
sounds. I've heard about that somewhere.
Where?
And Onkar runs to the library. And as you come in, he's picking books up and just throwing them behind him like he's looking for a specific one. And then he, this one. This is one of the ones that we found in the house. Our predecessors used it. Let me see. It doesn't really describe what the covenant is. But the impression this text gives me is that it's some sort of a enforcer. And it specifies something called gifts. I don't know exactly what that means, but
Oh dear. Gifts from who to who?
I don't know. There's a name here. Tyra. Dead 1823. Old woman that seems to have lived outside of in the outskirts of town. So it seems like the people in town refer to as some sort of a, wise woman or something. It's
I think that tracks with what they were telling us.
Did
But
she have
she's
an apprentice or someone to follow her?
perhaps they are looking for certain people and they didn't find any. I don't know. I mean, it might be a little bit like it is for us. I mean, we are recruiting people, but we haven't had anyone here for quite a few years as well because nothing happened. And so
I find it strange she wouldn't prepare a successor.
maybe it's not her job. Maybe the woods chooses.
Yeah. So, is there anything I can help you with? I don't think the text has any more information about this.
You mentioned gifts. Do the gifts have to come from the signer of the pact?
I think the gifts are a way to help maintaining it.
Hmm. Well, that's useful if we end up signing it.
Unless the gift is the blood.
Yeah, I'm sorry, there's not much to go on.
Thank you so... No, it's... Ugh. Shall we sleep on it?
Where
Go ahead.
do you know where the wise woman used to live? Perhaps we could.
Yes. Did she have any relatives we could speak to?
No relatives. I think they used parts of her plot to build a new sawmill.
Oh, that's great.
Well, that probably didn't make them very happy.
I will see what more I can dig up.
What do you know about?
I don't.
You don't think? Go ahead.
I don't think I can sleep anyway.
Extremely fair. What do you know about the mill?
Well, they've been here for quite a while. Usually, they used to be a little bit more small scale, but they have been expanding the last few years, especially since the new owner came in.
Do you know the new owner at all?
Well, he's Carl Johnson. I think he's a relative to them, the previous owners, but he walks with a cane, kind of grumpy, real sourpuss.
We could try chatting with him, but again, a bear told me that you should stop cutting down trees is probably not going to fly.
Yeah, that's the weird thing because the mill has been here before the old wise woman died, so they have been cutting down the trees for a while without any issues like that.
Perhaps it's where they're cutting them?
Well, yeah, perhaps, but then you need to, if you want to stop that, you probably need to start talking with the with Johnson and his. Yeah. Good luck in trying to convince him.
Yeah, it probably has to do more with cutting down what you need rather than just cutting down randomly.
Yeah, I mean they are going hard for the profit though.
Well, perhaps we should on it.
Yeah.
They mentioned that they don't want the heart of the forest touched. It's hard to know exactly where that is and how to keep them from it.
Yeah. Perhaps. Yeah, perhaps someone needs to sign that thing then, if that helps us.
Oh, is that you volunteering?
And you can hear his wife. No, he fucking isn't, shouting from. Apparently not.
Do you have any suggestions for who would be an eligible bachelor to the woods?
I don't know. I need to make a roll for this.
I'll roll. Can I roll like empathy or something? Like what's
Yeah, no, it was just sort of a knowledge roll. So
Yeah, that's fair.
well, how do you sign it?
In blood.
By
Oh,
donation, yes.
One of those. Well, I'm not entirely sure how it's made up, but blood packs tend to be quite powerful. I think an argument could be made for if you are willingly giving off your own blood, or sacrificing someone else.
Perhaps we could convince Mr. Johnson to take part in the covenant. Maybe that would stop them from cutting down to.
Do you think he would really keep to it though?
Would he have a choice?
Doesn't stop people before.
I do think usually when it comes to these things, if it's involuntary, it usually requires a little bit more.
Why don't we go speak with him? In the morning, I mean. Right now would be strange.
So you all go to bed. Or at least you go to your rooms. What are each one of you doing when you're there? Do you go straight to bed? Do you have a evening ritual? What do you do?
Well, Victor prays and then goes to bed.
Yeah?
You went really quiet for me.
Me too.
Yeah.
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 You're a bit
mic-
quiet, yeah.
Yeah, your volume went real low for a second there. Maybe it was the cat.
Victor prays and then goes to bed.
You're still,
You're still
really
a bit quiet, but we can hear you, but you are a bit quiet, yeah.
Yeah.
So Victor goes to speak again.
Is that better?
A little bit, but you can probably just up it a little bit.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Gaston?
Guess we'll spend the evening before he goes to bed cleaning his gun and his sword, almost like a routine thing that he does. It's more therapeutic than anything. And spend a good bit of time looking at his pocket watch with it open, just deep in thought until he's tired enough to go to sleep.
Ingrid?
Ingrid is desperately trying to go to sleep, but staring at the ceiling while envisioning all of the things she unfortunately saw earlier. And also debating whether to kill the lumber mill owner.
Madame?
Madaman takes out like a deck of cards and kind of like spreads it out, and then like lays them out and then flips them and then stares at them for a while and then is like, oh, interesting. All right, and then puts it away and goes to bed.
Yeah. And it's morning. The people who manage to sleep get some sleep. And it's a bit quiet in the house. You walk down, and in the kitchen you have little pieces of bread, and someone has made a pot of coffee.
Yeah. Let's not greet anybody that's down there already and help himself to some breakfast.
And
The
where do you
just
go
gone?
after breakfast?
Sorry.
It seems like the family is keeping a little bit to themselves because, one of them is missing. So, they are. You can't hear nothing of the whole, people arguing or anything like that. It seems like they are a little bit too tired.
Did anyone manage to speak? Or sleep, rather?
The eyes look decent.
I slept enough.
I would like to relay what I saw to everyone in my vision. And explain the elk trampling and the bear and the smoke.
Oh my. God does work in mysterious ways.
Well, in this case, I feel like God gave us a heads up to prevent this from happening.
There's nothing mysterious about that. That's very deliberate.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so you're like
Agreed.
Noah making the ark before the flood.
Sure. Except we weren't given arc blueprints, so now we have to guess whether this arc takes the place of a conversation with the lumber mill, or a fire at the lumber mill, or I don't know. I'm open to options here.
I think it would be great if we tried speaking with them first, even if they don't agree. They might, whether willingly or accidentally, give up some useful information. And then we have that. And then if we still need to do the other thing, then we do that.
It's very rational.
Yes, sounds like a plan.
Okay. After eating, Gaston will go to that door that was heavily locked and open it. What's in there?
Uh,
It's an armory, right?
yeah, it goes down into the basement. and you can see it wasn't locked right now when you open it, and you can see you can hear Alva being down there, and yes. Is there something you want? I can come up if, and as you walk down, it opens up into a basement, and it's there's a few other rooms that leads outward, but this center part has been made into a small armory, and it has some swords. They have a shield, an old armored suit. It has also an older shotgun.
Any other pistols, or is just everything's older than?
There is there is a sort of a safety thing, and behind the glass there, you can see that there is a a revolver, probably some sort of a Colt or something. It's quite new for the time.
So he would ask it, would you mind if I requisitioned a pistol and a dagger?
Sure. Can you sign this? And she hands you a
No problem.
sign out. And the dagger, is there any particular kind of dagger you want? Do you want the silver? Do you want a dagger made where a priest has cried over the blade?
I have a feeling this is going to be used more on normal things.
So a serrated edge?
Maybe.
Okay.
Something small enough that you can tuck in like a boot or something.
Yeah, I have a smaller one, yeah.
Okay.
Should we be having our priest cry on things?
Well, it can't hurt.
No.
I feel like Madame M was still busy having tea, and then she comes around the corner and into this room and like, oh, are we shopping? Gaston, do you have any recommendations? I don't have anything right now. Like looking at the something small, something light. What do you think?
What is your expertise? Have you used anything of these before?
No, I don't have anything at all. But I would like an option. The option. You always want to keep your options open.
And I can recommend the most powerful of weapons.
No, not you, no. I have a feeling I know what you're going to say, and I'm just going to stop you right there.
The most, I have a shotgun.
Huh?
Might knock her down.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah,
fun, though. Maybe sometime.
Do you have anything like a club or bludgeoning weapon?
Yeah, I have, and she
Something-
looks around and
Something that wouldn't take skill to use.
Preferably that, yes.
we have this highly professional monster hunting club, and she hands you a metal pipe. It looks a little bit like it's left over from the plumbing.
We'll just get some priestly tears on that, and
You'll give the monsters tetanus.
I would like something a little nicer. You don't have anything?
Not really, no.
Ooh. One of those sharp, pointy. They use it for chipping ice. Very small, very
Ice
pointy.
pick?
Something like that? Yes. Do you have something like that?
In a combat, those are highly dangerous and
Yeah, even Gaston's looking at her like,
No. Oh, I was just thinking of something small and sharp.
Crochet needles.
Ooh.
well,
Alright.
I have a dagger, but you have to be careful.
Does it have a little case? Something I can keep it safe in?
Yes. I mean, you don't just put a dagger into your backpack and not.
She'll be fine.
Thank you. I'll take that. Sounds great.
Have you had any field training with weapons whatsoever? Anything? Have they gone through safety? Have they?
I've been training with the most powerful weapon all of my life.
I can probably
And,
use most of these weapons.
Yeah, and Alva points at the madam and Victor. You two sign these forms. And she slides through, and it's basically forms that says that you are solely responsible for what happens in the field. That she is not responsible whatsoever, even what you might do with the weapons or any kind of self-harm or.
That is fair.
This lighthouse has waivers.
Well,
I'll sign it.
yeah, same.
But there's only
Same.
one contract that truly matters.
Sorry.
I wonder what it is.
I'll never guess.
It's the peace you make with God, of course.
I think the pension is a little bit more important, but okay.
Every time Victor speaks, I feel like he's one of the dudes who carries a weapon in the Bible.
He keeps saying the Bible is his weapon.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a large enough book, you can, cause serious damage to people.
Like a Bible with a metal spine.
Also, I mean, the paper cuts you can make with those.
Vicious. Truly.
Yeah. So yeah,
Shall
good luck.
We're going to need it. Shall we to town?
Yes, let's go.
You see Johnson's mill, the lumber mill, and it has offices on the top floor, and then on the bottom floor, it's for loading the lumber onto the railway. So this is more or less. It probably usually used to be the proper mill, where they chopped it into pieces and stuff, and now it's just more of a offices and sort of a representative in town, and it's sort of more of a moving parts rather than doing the actual sewing. But you can hear people walking around, and you see a foreman standing there shouting at people. And as you enter, yeah, can I help you? You seem like you have some sort of a purpose here. Hi, I'm Jebediah. And yes, I'm not from around here, so.
Neither are we.
Nice.
We are. Sorry, but I have forgotten his name.
For a Mr. Johnson.
That's the one.
The big man. Yeah. Do you have an appointment?
Oh, we weren't aware we needed one.
Well, it's easier. I mean, he can be a bit busy and stuff.
Oh,
What
we
is
won't
the
take up too
purpose
much
of?
time at all. We just need to go speak with him very, very quickly. It's something he would be very interested to hear. And I think we actually... I'm gonna start, like, just continuing to walk.
Yeah.
Like, doing the thing. Like...
Yeah, and Jebediah looks at Victor. Oh my God, Father, has more people died? Is that?
Yes, but
Make a manipulation roll.
626. Two sixes.
Okay, come along. Let's go up then. And he leads you up the stairs into an office, and he knocks on. Sir, this a priest here, and it's about the dead people, and they might maybe have found more. And we need some PR people right here because this is looking bad. We don't.
Yes,
We
you
don't
have come
need
to
no.
make you right with God.
And as you enter, you can see Carl Johnson standing there in his cane, looking out, and he scoffs a bit at the train coming in, and more passenger trains. Yes. What was it you wanted? And he shuffles a little bit as he walks towards you.
Oh,
Father?
Victor, it seemed like you had something to say.
Yes, well, as it's known, there have been some strange things going on in the woods.
Yes, but I'm sure it will be fine. We just need to remove a little more of it and push civilization right out into that frontier. And
No, for you see, the angels have conferred with us, and it has been deemed that a contract must be signed with the forest.
what now?
The angels have conferred with us, and a contract must be signed.
The contracts have been signed, yes. And they require that we deliver some of the lumber in exchange for money. That's,
No.
And as we push out, more of these problems will go away of itself.
Incorrect. In fact, one might deem to say that is exactly the opposite of the case. You pushing further into parts of the woods unknown is causing these issues, such as fellows being torn asunder and speared upon trees. So do you not see that as somewhat of an issue that you might want to resolve? And
I mean, there's a slight funeral cost, but I mean, that's sort of a rounding error.
What about the cost of lives?
Workers. Bah!
maybe we're back to Plan B.
At that last thing, Gaston just narrows his eyes at him. You sacrifice your own people's lives for your profit.
Yes, well, sort of, yeah. I mean, fair. I sleep quite soundly at night, though. So, I mean,
You've been here for how long? And it's never been an issue until you took over.
Touche, touche. And Ingrid, I want you to make an observation roll.
Oh, one
Yeah.
success.
You're a midwife, so you know a
Correct.
little bit about doctor things. As he shuffles, as he walks with the cane, it looks a little bit like his legs bend a little bit strange.
Does it look like an
Sort of-
injury or more of
It
something
looks
else?
a little bit like how to describe this as terrible as possible. The joints are a little bit at weird places. And yes, I use joints.
Sir, I couldn't help but notice the pain you seem to be afflicted with.
Pain?
Do you,
Oh, yes. Oh, my legs. Oh, yeah, they hurt. Oh, how they hurt.
was this something a recent occurrence?
I need to look something up. Where are the whole? There it is. Well, it's a little bit recent. It occurred before I moved here, but it's no bother. It's just makes it a little bit hard and unsteady, but it's no big deal really.
So you got an injury and decided to move all the way into the middle of nowhere to run a lumber mill.
You're asking a lot of questions.
Yes, I am.
I think you should leave.
No.
And Jebediah, don't let anyone into my office, please. Okay, sir. Usual protocol, sir? Yes, please. And you hear the lock click from the outside. And then you hear footsteps like someone's running down.
Gaston moves his hand towards his pistol, but he doesn't draw it.
Well, I guess it was only time before someone asked questions and put their nose into other people's business.
Seems like you put your nose in other people's business.
Well, I put my nose into my business. And
This town was not your business. You made
the
it
town is
yours.
inconsequential. When I'm done, the whole forest will be tarmac. It's quite a lot of money in that I've heard. And he throws the cane down. It stands up,
Oh dear.
and he looks a little bit like he's a little bit too small for his size. So I should probably remove this. And he pulls, and you can see some straps from the back of his neck. And he pulls it off. And then he takes and he pulls the skin off.
Ugh.
And you can see gaunt cheeks. Like, this is someone that's probably been dead for a while.
Figures.
Hollow eyes.
Like from the moment he was talking about his injury and then moving here, Gaston was already on this track.
Yeah. And his arms, they pull out and they're a bit longer than they were inside, and he's stretching up. It's good to be able to stand upright sometimes,
Mm.
Ooh.
What
I-
are you?
Who should I feed on first? And I want everyone to make a fear roll. Because,
This is fun. This is totally fine.
That's logic or empathy, right?
No successes.
No. Okay. One success.
Fear is
2
logic.
successes.
Nice.
And let me see how the fear. If you can push it. And I think you can. Because I'm gonna be honest, you need 2 successes to not be afraid by this thing.
I got exactly
Because
two.
it's
But really? I
yeah,
was so happy that I got 1 success.
yeah. Had you seen him before, it would have been enough with 1. Because some of them, you're always risk of being afraid of, no matter if you can't really get used to them. So yeah. So who succeeded?
I did.
I did.
Okay, you can push.
What does pushing do again?
You re-roll the dice that were failures, and you mark a condition.
Can I use my blessing right now?
Yeah. I think you can.
It's one of my talents.
Yeah.
I can use it once. I'd like to bless Isaac's pistol.
Ooh.
So you get whenever you get to choose, you get to add +2 to your test of choice.
Yeah. So that gun is now blessed.
Wait, which gun is blessed?
Yours.
Cool.
Did
+2?
Yeah, +2 dice. Yeah, when you shoot someone with it.
Yeah, I think you can use it once
Yeah.
on a test of your choice.
So, did Madam and Gaston want to push, or are you okay with being afraid for a while?
I don't think I'd get it even if I did rerolls. So.
Yeah, I don't think I'd get it even if I did reroll
Okay.
either. So
I mean, you get to keep your 1 success when you reroll. So, I mean,
Yeah, I didn't get any though.
Yeah. Okay, so what will you two do? Will you flee, freeze, faint, or attack?
I think Gaston will attack.
I think freeze makes sense.
Okay. And both of you mark one mental condition.
Okay. I guess exhausted. Is it mental?
Yeah.
Is it? I'll go with angry.
Yeah, angry makes sense for this because this guy's a dick. I like it.
No, he's not a dick. He's undead. It's two different things.
You can be both.
Amazing. Yeah.
Oh my.
So the other two of you, we're going to normally you draw cards in this for the initiative, but we're going to use a d20 instead because that's faster.
Ugh, 10.
With my, I can roll twice. My talent.
Yeah,
What do I need to roll again?
a d20.
Just roll a d20.
Yes.
4. That makes sense.
Just 16.
Yeah. But since you are afraid.
A 5.
5. Oh my god. This was, let me see. We have 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gaston. We have a 10 for Ingrid. We have a 6 for Mr. Dick. We have what was it? 5 for Victor, and a 4 for M.
It me.
Yeah.
I have a question since I don't know the exact is a Vaesen only like the big godlike, or is it any of these creatures? Is it
Any of these Vaesen is a word used for creatures, basically.
Okay. So okay, cool. That answers my question and tells me that I can't use my talent. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So first off, it's Ingrid.
Boy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much to combat as a doctor, but I do have a knife.
Yeah.
Again, try to stab him. I don't know how combat works here, so
Make an either close or ranged combat.
it's close. So okay. Two successes.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's really good. Because now I need to open that character sheet. You slash twice with the knife. Which means I mark 2 conditions for him. Because I don't think... Yeah, no. he does not have any armor. So basically, that means he's first slash. He sort of grins at you. And then when the other one hits, he snarls instead. It's like he expected the first one to, I'm giving you this for free, and then the second one. Now you hurt me, so I mean, fuck you. And he just snarls and and you are quite close to him. So because it's its turn, and let me see. I will make a roll for the claws, I think. No! Yeah, no, it will. The claws. It's a might roll. Oh no. That is, that's for transparency's sake. I will. I marked one condition too many. He should just be the first one because the damage of the weapon.
Oh God.
So he's not as injured as I first thought, but that's good because that means that he also rolls with one less die. But his I rolled 9 dice and I got 1 success. So he slashes with the claws, and it strikes you, and you take 2 damage. 2 physical conditions.
Oof.
Who are you attacking?
It was Ingrid. So how's it looking?
I suppose that I'm both exhausted and wounded.
Yeah, and so now you roll 2 dice less.
Ugh. Rude.
And he snarls, and then he sniffs the air a little bit, and then so what are you, the rest of you going to do? Huh? Pray at me? And then he looks at the madam and perhaps pretend you're someone you're not. And you, back there, Mr. Officer, are you gonna jangle a watch in front of me? Hoping that the dead will help you, they will not. They're all like me, and we hate you. And it's Victor's turn.
Right. Can I look around the room for anything I can use?
Yeah. Depend on what you want to use it for. Because I mean, there are things in the rooms, and I don't want to describe everything just to
Sure.
I mean, there are paintings of the man himself on his own walls.
Just something I can pick up and attack with.
Yeah, there are yeah, on a sort of a desk, there's sort of like chandeliers and stuff like that, and candle holders, and you probably can run up to his desk and grab something there. It looks a little bit like there's a sort of a letter opener there.
That works.
So what are you going for?
I'll go for the letter opener.
Okay. So you run up and grab the letter opener, and what are you going to do with it? Stab him?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to run up and stab him, or do you want to throw it? Because it's...
Oh, I don't throw.
Okay. So close combat?
Do I throw? No, I don't throw. No, yeah, let's try ranged.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll try throwing. So I have nothing in ranged combat, but I have 3 in precision.
Yeah.
But I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
So that's 2d6.
Yeah.
Yay. Nope.
Okay. And we come around to a new round. And
Isn't the madam next?
she's feared
Oh.
this turn.
I
But
get to
Gaston, you managed to shake your fear by now. What do you want to do? You're muted, I think.
He's gonna pull his pistol and fire.
Yeah, make a ranged attack with 2 extra die.
Yeah, that's 12 dice.
Yeah,
3 successes.
yeah, because did you use the bonus die as well?
Yeah,
The pistol.
that's 12 total dice.
Yeah, 2 damage. Oof. Yeah, and you shoot it, and this thing that was snarling before now just twists about, and you can see that it's sort of hunching down a little bit. It doesn't stand quite as tall and proud anymore. You can see that there's a hole in it. Where you...
Hurts more than a watch, doesn't it? Is my pistol single shot or?
I think it's more of like a revolver because you have a few bullets in it.
Okay.
Because it's the late 1800s, so you don't have flintlock reloading things.
Okay.
Thankfully, because then a gunfight here would be
It was the entire reason I wouldn't get the second pistol.
Yeah, and then it's Ingrid again.
Ooh, how does medicine work here?
You make a medicine roll, and I shall look it up. Because I think you can heal things. When a player has sustained physical critical injury, you may sometimes require medical assistance to survive, but that doesn't apply yet. Passing a skill test means that they are no longer broken if that has happened, or each extra success heals 1 physical condition. So if you don't have any critical injuries, a success will heal at least 1 condition.
Ugh, 0 successes.
Okay, who was you attempting to heal for the first time? Because, you know.
Probably myself at this point. But I did not do a good job.
Yeah. And then it's Mr. Terrible's turn. And thinking they will. What is the magic? Oh no. Well, that was a little bit better. It points at Gaston and just, I pox upon you and your hideous soul. And it will curse you. And where is this thing? I should have looked this up, but I wasn't exactly sure if I was going to use the curse. Please tell me what curses are. My book. Talk amongst yourself.
Hey stream, how's it going? Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. In case you haven't noticed, exclamation point extra life in the chat will bring up the command so that you can donate to the very wonderful charity we are raising funds for today and all weekend. Thanks for hanging out today. Tomorrow we still have 2 more shows. We have 99 would be a lot. 9 hours, 22 spirits. Which is a creepy, done after a Japanese horror, I believe, an indie TTRPG that technically, when I agreed to do it, didn't know it was still in testing phase. So that's going to be good and fun and exciting. And all the players have agreed to be understanding if they all die, because I have been warned that it is possible they may all die. And then after that, to finish off the event will be Tales from the Loop, so hopefully that's much more lighthearted. So, you know, murders in the morning, fun spoopy times in the evening. Come hang out with us tomorrow as well, and check out all these folks. It's been a very good cat stream. Oh, look, we have one right now. Please tell us about your cat.
This is Eponine, and she's 12 years old, and very small, and very soft, and very demanding. And I love her.
I have looked up the curses now.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Curse was found.
I kind of wished I had gotten more successes now. Gaston, your vision twists a little bit. It becomes a little bit blurry. You have a little bit hard time focusing. And as you look around the room, it started to be a little bit unclear who is the undead and who is your friends. Victor, it's your turn. So what do you want to do?
Who, me?
Wild, Victor.
Oh. So I wanted to go up to Ingrid and Is Ingrid? How injured is Ingrid right now? Like very.
I'm down 2 points on the condition scale.
Yeah, on the
Physical condition scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'll go up to Ingrid and say, it's like, if you would like, you can do a final confession. So, as things seem to be not be going well today.
What? Pardon?
I'm just saying maybe it'd be okay. It'd be good to get right with God.
In front of everyone here?
We can't wait in the afterlife.
Oh. Shouldn't we be back to the undead monster?
Um,
And the undead monster goes, I can confess for in her sake. Her place. I know. I can smell everything on you.
I will not be taking your confession, demon.
Great. I'm sure I have sinned, yes, but I really don't understand what's happening right now. And I don't feel well. And I think you may be wasting a bit of time with this. Is that a confession? I have sinned. I don't know what you want from me, but you should probably hit him.
I'm going to say that counts as a confession. So heal 3 conditions.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that counts, sure.
I feel so much better for some reason.
Just I have no idea what you're asking.
Glory of the Lord today.
Yeah. I think some of these might not be for combat times, but I mean, this is the one shot, so who
Desperate
cares?
times call for desperate measures.
Yeah.
Love it.
So yeah, that means it's the madam's turn.
It's my turn? So, I have a question. In combat, can you literally only do stabby stab shooty shoots? Or can I do something else? Like, can I...
You can do something. You can do whatever.
Okay. Am I able to do
Some
sort of... Go ahead.
Some of the healing things requires that you're in a bed and rest.
Mm.
And some of the talents specify that you can't do it in combat.
Mm-hmm.
But those are the only things that you can't really do.
Okay. Am I able, for example, let's say, because I'm like, psychic and all, can I like use some of my psychicness to either, like, can I roll with investigation or learning or something to try to either give advantage to someone else or figure out a weakness of this dude or like, you know what I mean? Like figure out like exactly, is there anything like that that's works in this situation or no?
I will have to look at the. Where is
I only have one
occultist?
talent that I am aware of.
You should have 2, but.
Oh. I have one because I didn't know how to.
Yeah.
So.
The occultist has. Yeah, the occultist have 3 of the ones they pick on at start, and it's conjuring tricks, medium, or strike fear.
I have strike fear, but it doesn't work on Vaesen. It says.
Yeah. Okay. Then we could say that you actually can use the. Let's see if there is any.
don't have. I mean, I could just try and hit, but I'm
Yeah.
very useless at fighting. I'm very old,
Yeah.
very frail.
Let's say that you also have the occultist.
I'm actually
medium one.
surprisingly agile, so unless you'll let me like do flips around him or something for like points, can I?
We will use the medium one.
Okay.
And that means that you will make an observation roll.
Okay. Cool.
And that will make other spirits come along and give you information.
Sweet.
If it on a failure, you are given inaccurate information, attacked, or suffer a condition.
Less sweet. I was real hyped for a second there. Hey, I got one success. So I got one friendly spirit that wants to tell me some secrets. Like someone wants to like rat on this dude for what a jerk he is or something like that. Like someone around here.
Yeah, you see a small mist form. So possibly a dead kid or something. Kicking his skin that's discarded on the ground.
Oh, hey there. Hey, I see you don't like this guy. We don't like him either. You wanna?
Yeah, and the kid Casper looks up to you and just with pleading eyes just continues to kick, and it just goes through the skin, and then he starts to jump on top of it, and
Are you trying to tell? Should I go over there and also hop on top of it? Okay, cool. I'm gonna try and sneak around to hop on to like kick the skin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and kick his skin suit, please.
Yeah. Make a force roll.
Oh no! Oh, this
or
is
agility. Or agility. Which one do you want to do?
Yeah, agility. I want to like I'm not. I'm not strong, but I definitely want to like, especially because I was mostly avoiding the fight anyway. So instead of like the force of like punching or kicking, I'm kind of like doing a really quick run and slide, like just to get like to stay away and move. Yeah, I parkour to the skin. Thank you, chat. I appreciate you. Two successes.
Yeah. What exactly do you want to do with the skin?
This is so weird. Like this dude is a secret monster sausage, and he just got out of his casing. And can I kick it out of like slide? I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to like send it away from him. So you
can't kick it out of the window.
I can.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. I specifically want to use my momentum to like send it flying out the window because F this guy and his stupid skin suit.
Yeah, and he sees you run and then doesn't really get what you're doing. Then you kick it and it sends it flying out through the open window. And he sees his skin just shoot out. And his jaw just drops. And and it tries to reach for it, but doesn't reach for it in time. Then it's also it's a little bit like this body goes into becoming a shadow or something. You can see it's halfway through. It doesn't seem like it's corporeal right now. And then he just goes down a little bit and go, no, what my
Oh, did you need that? Oh, shucks.
And Yeah, you can see his arm go through the wall as it tries to, see if it can, pull it in. But I mean, it isn't there because it's flowed out quite a bit, and the wind probably catched on to it a little bit. So it's somewhere in this village. There's now how do I say this in
A
the
former
worst way
person?
possible?
Wizard man skin.
Yeah, a flabby skin plastic bag floating in the wind.
I'm gonna have to content warning this in the video later.
Yeah. And he falls down and then he goes solid again. And Gaston, it's your turn. You're muted.
Oh, you're muted.
Oh, how am I affected by what happened, like mechanically speaking?
I mean, you've already seen him, discard the skin, so you're probably fine, but you might require some, therapy later.
Like the curse he put on me, does it?
Yeah, the curse. As the skin sent out, the undead is clearly in distress, so it lessens a little bit. So yeah, you can. I'm gonna say you get a -1 die.
Okay. So would I then be able to take out my saber and pin him to the wall with it?
Yeah, you would probably be able to do that. Yeah.
Okay. That'll be 1 less die, so that'll be 9. Two successes.
Oh boy. Let's say closed combat. Yeah, we forgot about this in the previous one because you also rolled more than 1 success. With the additional one, you will make 2 damage normally. The other success you got, you can increase the damage by 1, outmaneuver your enemy, stress your enemy, push the enemy into another zone so it gets further away, or make the enemy drop a weapon or an item. But I'm thinking this doesn't have that much other things.
Oh, I wouldn't really be pushing him out of the zone to put him up against the wall, would I?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah,
that's basically what I want to do with it. Like just run him, try to hold him to the wall, even if it doesn't actually pin him.
Yeah. And the saber, how many damage does it do?
2, I think. Let's see.
Oh boy.
Yeah, two damage.
Yeah, you push this undead creature up against the wall, and it cries, and then it stops crying as it starts to just fall into pieces.
Gaston's just heavily breathing.
Yeah. And it's getting late, so you have managed to defeat the bad guy. So any closing scenes with your character? What are they doing?
I feel like, do we all go
Not
pretty
just-
much? Oh,
Yeah, not just in this place, but sort of like an epilogue to the adventure. What are you doing?
I was gonna ask if like we would all go right after the fight, like pretty much. We just leave the monster in the skin suit and just go straight to the forest to try and get the kid back. We take.
Yeah, that's a follow-up question. How do you sign the covenant?
I think we all should add a little bit of blood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was definitely like it was said that less blood was needed if it was willing, more blood was needed if it wasn't. So if we all kind of work together.
Yeah. And who did the first? Because I don't want to need the order you do this.
Not me.
I'll
do
do
it.
first.
Who do first? Okay. You do the first, and after Ingrid, it's Gaston, and then who's last of you two? Okay. Yeah.
Just if there's. Oh, are you sure you're done filling? Okay, I'm very old and I probably shouldn't have to give too much. I'm very small and frail. I need it. I need a lot. Okay, fine.
Yeah. So yeah, you have signed it. The town is safe for now.
Will they give us
the kid
presents?
is back.
Okay, but I was gonna say, will they give us bonus presents if we bring them the monster skin suit? Because we're like, here, look, see, this was the act. We stopped it. Look, here's extra for you. A treat.
You can blow into it and inflate it like the balloon.
Slide like a fly.
Yeah, the elk eats it up.
Go Team Elk.
So, epilogue scene with your character. What are you doing after you've saved the day? I'm thinking let's start with Gaston.
Yeah. I think you have to making sure kid's safe and back home. You probably try to start helping rebuild the boarding house. Like fortifying it maybe. Like
Yeah.
Trying to fix up some of the broken pieces of things and pretty much just trying to make sure people don't venture too far into the forest.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what he would do.
Then we go to Madame.
Madame M. Probably, helps at the lighthouse a little bit, but also starts, reading fortunes for the residents, particularly all the lumber mill workers that are here, and give them very, very good advice, and definitely try and spook them away from being mean to the forest. Like, oh no. Ooh, I see bad. Oh, like reading palms. Like, no, that's not gonna go well for. Oh, no, if you do that, that's gonna be very bad. Very, very bad. Don't do that. Like.
And Victor.
Yes, Victor would fix up the rundown church and try to get people to come and hear the word of the Lord and have weird sermons about how all the Vaesen are angels and we must follow Vaesen's lead.
And Ingrid?
Ingrid would try and set up a medical clinic out of the lighthouse. Partially to patch them up and partially to do some births, and often complains about the fact that it's awful and weird, but if you're feeling really bad, you should probably go to confession at church, because Somehow it works very well.
Yeah, and one day, you settle down properly. So you've been here for a few days now, working on whatever you have. And Ingrid, you have voice in your head.
Oh no.
We have work to do.
Uh-oh.
And you get a vision of a ghost skulking in the woods, crying, looking for a skin suit.
Hmm.
The skin suit is elk poop now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate to tell you.
Sorry.
And we end there.
Amazing.
And
Thank
yeah, I am Nicholas. Ni Winter at sometimes on Twitch, but not that often, and on Twitter, and I do art and anxiety and almost odd works. So yeah.
Nicholas did this beautiful layout. So, like Nicholas made all the art for this layout. Nicholas made so many different pieces, made all these different, the beautiful player frames, the closed caption box, a different game splash for each game, and on top of having already made several very nice frames, we then had a game one night that was basically like the tabletop role-playing game version of Among Us. So if you know that game, everyone wears a different color spacesuit. So all of them were like, hey, can I have a purple box? Can I have a blue box? Can I have a green box? And Nicholas did it like that on the fly. So Nicholas is amazing. Go commission Nicholas for art. Go commission Nicholas for layouts. Go commission Nicholas for everything. It's all so good. It's so good. Hey, listen, I'm gonna. Nicholas does amazing stuff. So
Yeah.
check him out. Thank you.
Yeah. And my favorite part about the game today, because I think we should say that,
Yeah.
is I think all the actually I think it was that terrible moment where the priests were you belong to a different religion, but why can't you go to church? Because that was I mean we had the priest like that here before.
Oh no.
Do we want to go down in reverse order from what we did last time? Let me see. So, Delicia, you would be next.
Hi. My favorite was how into characterizing the undead creature Nicholas got. Like there were intense hisses and lots of scary fingers, and I really appreciated that. Although I also really enjoyed the lines from our very devoted priest. It was very, very good commitment, especially in the authentic costume that you were wearing. You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Delicia Pastiche, and I will hand it over. I don't know what order we're in.
Next would be Wild.
Yes, I'm Wild at Wild Engineer on Twitch and Twitter. You can find me. I think the only things I'm doing now are Wednesdays on Open for Adventure we're doing some Uncaged anthology. So yeah, it's fun. My favorite today, I think, was just how much Madam M did not want to do anything.
I get the skin suit. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I was like, Could you do that for me?
Yeah, and I also like the whole Madam M. I'm going away to snoop while the other eat, and then
I think we can kick it off to Sphinx.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part is just the differences between each character and what they kind of brought to the team. Just different interactions between everybody. It just made me keep laughing. And I'm Sphinx, Sphinx Roll on Twitch, Sphinx RL on Twitter. I'm actually going to be in the game in about an hour on Critical Misses, playing kids on bikes.
Oh.
I'm playing a few more games this weekend than I ever have. Weird.
Halloween is a popular game time. Like, thank you all so heckin' much. This was heckin' amazing. I've shared everyone's links in the chat, so go follow everyone on Twitter, Instagram. I think I linked Critical Misses and Open for Adventure. So go check those out as well, and go watch all these cool folks and where they're playing. And check out Delicia's Instagram, which is very good. And yeah, what's my favorite? Like, so much, like you said, I think a lot of the interactions, like how prompt all of Wild's priestly responses were. But then also, I really love how quickly both Ingrid and Gaston were like, yeah, sure, I'll cut my hand. Hang on one second. You need blood for that stone? Sure. Like, so like immediate, like no questions. Like, yeah, okay. I don't know what contract I'm signing. I don't know what this like supernatural nonsense is. Of course you can have my blood.
I will admit I love that part because I was a little bit worried that people would go, okay, so just let's go get someone from town then and just throw them on there and just cut them. And because you never know if you haven't played with people before.
Yeah.
Exactly where they will go. Because some people.
It's not like the thought didn't come up.
Oh gosh, amazing.
A few times actually.
Yeah, and when you threatened to take the owner of the sawmill there, that was the plan. I was going, how would that work though? How bad would that turn out? If you had actually just pulled him there and just cut him?
Yeah. I'm I was wondering after when you revealed him and the skin suit was on the floor, I was like, oh, that wouldn't have worked. Like, I was literally like, I feel like maybe.
He was dragged this little man kicking and screaming to bleed him out in front of his altar.
It wasn't real. It was fine. He was a
monster. But that might have corrupted the entire forest instead, or something.
Yeah. Might have been bad. Okay.
Might have been bad. Yeah.
Oh god, that was amazing. Thank you all so much, everyone, for hanging out today. We're gonna pull. If you haven't already, put T-Milk, all one word, no exclamation point, just T-Milk in chat. We'll do that draw in 1 second, but first I will remind you that we're going to say thank you really quickly to Roll20. That is where we did all our non-real dice rolls. We're on Roll20, and Roll20 is very nice and does the Spotlight program with us and highlights a lot of small game channels and stuff like that, and that includes us here, and they are awesome, and they have given us, for this event, like, literally, I forgot to even ask them, and they came to me, and they're like, oh, hey, you're doing a fundraiser. Here's some games. I was like, oh my god, why are you so good? So they actually just gave us these copies of Tales from the Loop to give away for our charity games. They're heckin' awesome, and speaking of which, we have 2 more games tomorrow. Do come hang out. We've reached $800 already, which is amazing and wonderful and bananas, and I cannot thank y'all enough, but also... We could do a little more tomorrow. Tomorrow try one more time to reach our new, highly improved goal of 999, improved up from 666. Yeah, and we have two games, and Hydroforge, if you are here in the chat, please speak up to claim your copy of Tales from the Loop. And yeah. Sorry, I'm just gonna wait a second to see. Hi, if you want your copy of Tales from the Loop, just speak up in chat, and then it's all yours. Heck yeah. But thank you all so much for playing. Nicholas, thank you for running this game. Oh my goodness, I had never heard of it before. Thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty new, so. And from the games I was considering, it was the one that was actually easiest to run as a one shot. Because I also thought about doing Unknown Armies, which can be very dark. But that also requires a little bit more of character creations and stuff like that, and I haven't also never been able to run a one shot in it that didn't go way over time.
Speaking of which, we do need to let Sphinx go to get onto their next
Yes.
game. So I think Hydroforge is a regular in the channel, so I do know them, so I'll get them their game. It's no worries. And we are gonna go spread the love over to Critical Misses since we were just chatting about them. Let's go show them some heckin' love. And yeah, we are done for the night, but we'll be back tomorrow, so do please come hang out for that. Thank you all so much for playing. This was like a heck ton of fun. A heckin' awesome time. And thanks everyone for hanging out, and hopefully we'll see you all soon for more games. Bye everyone.